Good afternoon.
Hello.
Are you okay?
Fine.
Do you agree to the publication of this conversation?
Yes.
Introduce yourself.
Katkov Yevgeniy Yuryevich.
Your date of birth?
December 8th, 88th year.
Place of birth?
Krasnoyarsk, Russia.
Mobilized?
Yes.
When and how were you mobilized?
In September 2022, I received a summons after work and was told to report to the military enlistment office the next day.
What day was it?
I think it was September 30th or 29th.
I see. What did you do before mobilization?
Auto mechanic.
How much on average does a specialist in Krasnoyarsk earn per month?
30,000, sometimes more, depends on the month.
The day after you received the subpoena, were you ready to go somewhere?
No, I just took the papers and went to the military enlistment office. That's where they told me we were leaving today.
So soon?
Yes.
Where did they send you?
Omsk.
How many people went to Omsk?
I don't know.
About 50 or 200 people?
20.
What did you do in Omsk and for how long?
For almost a month we did nothing much. We were taught to dig trenches.
Did you shoot?
Once.
How many rounds?
30.
Yes?
Yes.
Where did they send you after the range?
Crimea.
Was it November?
October or early November.
Where were you in Crimea? For how long and why?
We spent 3 weeks in the village of Pyaty-Hatki.
What were you doing in there?
Routine errands.
You didn't specify what unit you served in or what army you served in.
83rd Airborne Assault Brigade, 2nd Battalion, 6th Company.
A paratrooper?
MGB.
MGB. When did you enter the territory of Ukraine and cross the border?
If we talk about Crimea,
I'm curious, in your opinion, what is Crimea?
Peninsula.
Peninsula. Who's Crimea?
Before the occupation, Crimea belonged to Ukraine.
Crimea was occupied?
Everyone says Crimea is occupied. I don't know.
In your opinion, was the occupation of Crimea legal or not?
I don't know if it was legal or not. I don't know how it happened.
Have you been to the Crimea?
Never.
Have you been abroad?
I was in Siberia all the time.
Do you consider Crimea to be Ukrainian or Russian?
It's hard for me to answer.
Why? Out of 700 prisoners of war, you are the first to find it difficult to answer. It has never happened before.
Right now, it's probably Ukrainian.
What happened next? Where did you go after 3 weeks in Crimea?
To the village of Menshikiri.
What area?
I don't know.
How long?
It turns out we were there for a little over a month.
What were you doing there?
Nothing.
So you didn't take part in any combat operations before June?
No.
What direction did you find yourself in, where the fighting was going on?
I think it's the village of Andriivka.
Was it June?
End of June.
What was going on in there? How many people were there?
We stood in positions. There were about 11 of us from MGB, not counting Storm Z. We didn't cross paths with them. I can't say for sure, but there weren't many.
5?
Yes, there were about 5 to 8 people there. We were regularly shelled there.
Our shelling?
Yes, they were shelling hard. Mortars, artillery and tanks were working. We had to stay in the dugouts most of the time.
Killed and wounded?
Yes.
How much?
Almost every day one person was wounded, and Storm Z's unit had many dead.
Are they like cannon fodder?
Not really, they just died foolishly. They didn't follow basic safety rules, like sitting around cleaning machine guns during the shelling.
Instead of hiding.
Yes, there have been times when a landmine has come and killed a man.
When were you captured?
6th of July.
6th of July.
2023.
July 6, 2023. Have you seen any dead at the positions?
No.
That's great. Tell us in detail about the last day before you were captured.
We were in the dugout and were waiting for a command to withdraw, but no command came, and by that time an AFU unit had surrounded us. They worked professionally.
Well done.
Brilliant.
Brilliant? How are you different from our military?
They are defending their homeland.
Yeah. From who?
From us.
Yes. What were you doing in Donetsk region? Donetsk region is the territory of whose country?
Donetsk region?
Bakhmut is the Donetsk region.
Ukraine.
What were you doing there? What did you fight for? Whose homeland did you defend there?
I don't know what I was doing there.
Who is waiting for you in Russia?
My parents and my girlfriend.
They want you to fight?
No.
And mom?
She cried.
Yes?
Yes.
Girlfriend?
Also.
Did they call?
When?
Are you allowed to call in captivity?
No.
What would mom say?
She'll cry.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
I'm Dima, a journalist from Ukraine. Do you know me?
Yeah, I know.
Your son is a prisoner of war. Do you know about it?
Yes.
In order for you to be able to communicate, your consent to the recording and publication of this conversation is required.
I agree.
You do not say who you are with or where you are being held captive. You can talk about the rest.
Hi, Janechka. Xenia.
Don't cry.
How are you doing? What happened to you?
I'm fine. And you?
Johnny, I'm fine. The main thing is that you're fine.
They didn't call you?
That's a first.
It's okay, it's okay.
Stay strong.
How did you know?
Johnny, we saw the video on June 8th. We saw the video.
Who?
Ira.
My?
Yes, she.
Where is she?
What?
Did she call you?
She called. We contacted the Department of Defense.
It's clear. Are you calling her?
Yes.
I miss her.
All right, son.
What's the ministry saying?
Drink some water.
Hold on a second. What are they saying?
They say wait for the exchange.
When?
Johnny, there are no exchanges pending.
I know you don't. Why not?
They don't say.
How's Dad?
What?
How's Dad?
I called him, talked to him 2 days ago.
How's he doing?
It's fine.
Thanks God.
Yes.
I'm fine, don't worry.
I wait for you, Johnny. I wait for you every day. I miss you very much.
I miss you, too. Well, it was nice talking to you.
Me too. You have no idea how.
Say hi to Ira, tell her I called.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why did you let him go to war?
The summons came.
Okay, but that's not what I'm asking.
I don't have an answer.
Have you ever been to Ukraine?
Yes.
When?
In 1985 I was in Donetsk, Makiivka, Gorlovka.
Did you see any Nazis in there?
I had a lot of friends there at the time.
Yes. Are there Nazis there now?
I can't say, I don't know.
Have you seen the Nazis?
No.
Who took you prisoner?
Azov Battalion.
What weren't they supposed to do with him?
I saw him taken prisoner.
Yes. What does your propaganda say? What were they supposed to do with them?
Nothing.
Nothing. Then let's get back to the question. Why did you let your son go to kill us Ukrainians?
I don't have an answer.
How? Why don't you know?
I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know.
Okay, I'll ask it another way, even simpler. If he had been killed, what would he have died for?
I can't even imagine.
You would stand on an empty grave because he would be left with all the dead on an unmarked grave. Standing there, what would you say to yourself? My son died for. Continue the sentence. Who did you vote for?
I didn't vote.
Who did you vote for?
I didn't vote.
They don't vote, but they constantly choose a czar. Who elected Putin? For some reason, not a single prisoner said they voted for him. She just keeps quiet.
Okay, good to see you.
I love you, my dear son.
Likewise, bye.
Be strong.
Bye.
Yes.
Be strong. Why? Why?
To endure captivity, I guess.
Did you know that after the exchange you will go to war a second time?
I don't know.
I say this, they won't let you go home. You'll go to war a second time. Fun, huh?
No.
Why?
It's not fun at all.
Isn't it fun to become the king's cannon fodder? What is your desire at the moment?
I want to go home and see my mom.
After that,
After that, I would like to live an ordinary, peaceful life and forget all this like a terrible dream.
what is your wish right now, other than to go home? Because that's not possible yet.
I want to smoke.
It's a simple wish. I'll ask the military to give you a smoke or I'll give you my cigarette. Is there another wish?
I want to go fishing. To end the war.
It's a good wish.
So people don't die anymore.
Yes.
Not on your part, not on ours.
You want to see the girl?
Yes.
I have her phone number. What would you do for her?
I can't answer the question posed.
At this point, I can't answer the question posed.
I'm agitated. After talking to my mom, it's hard for me to talk.
Come in.
Johnny.
Why are you here?
Hi.
Hi.
Why are you whispering?
Why did you come?
We will talk about this now, because you have been in captivity for 3 months and you don't know what is going on in Russia. How Russia simply doesn't care about those who died with you in Kleshchiivka, who are still lying there and rotting. That the Russian government doesn't care about you being held captive. Give me a hug. You've lost so much weight.
Hi.
Hi.
He didn't want to talk to you.
He didn't want to?
No. He says he has a lump in his throat.
Did you tell him it was going to be a video call?
Yes.
A lump in your throat?
Yes. He was greatly disturbed by his conversation with his mother.
Have you talked to his mom yet?
We'll talk to her again.
What does mom say?
She doesn't know what she would have said or what her son would have died for if he had died. I asked her. How many Nazis have you met today?
No Nazis I met. Today I freely hailed a cab in Russian, went to the mall and bought clothes. I mean, I don't speak Ukrainian at all and I don't have any problems. I just don't know what you two were talking about or how I should proceed with the conversation. I mean, I could fill him in on how I got here in the first place. Or he could,
Tell him everything.
Does he know something or does he know nothing?
He doesn't know anything. We talked about how he got into the war, how he got captured.
And then you called his mom?
Yes.
Did mommy cry?
I didn't see it. Did she cry?
Yes.
He's all yours. You may communicate.
Anyway. The last time you communicated with me was June 10th.
Last time.
Yeah, last time. Then, about 2 weeks later, I contacted your sister, Julia. I asked if you had been in touch. She said she had called the military enlistment office and they told her you were on a business trip until the 1st of July. The first days of July came and you didn't contact me, so I went to the military enlistment office on the 4th of July. I was escorted out. I was told that I was a nobody and that I should bring a relative. From the first days of July, I began to monitor the situation in Bakhmut and Kleshayevka and search for information. On July 12, I found a video of you being taken prisoner. It was in the morning. I woke up and saw the video in the morning. That same morning, my mother and I ran to the military registration and enlistment office, showed this video, and what I call the 7 circles of hell began. We reached out everywhere we could. I appealed to the military prosecutor's office in Moscow, to the Ministry of Defense, to the Ombudsman for Human Rights in Krasnoyarsk, Moscow, to various deputies. Everywhere we turned, there was this cold sympathy, you know, sympathize and forget. Then I found out that you can be recognized as a prisoner of war only in a military unit in Ussurisk. Only they have the right to recognize you as a prisoner of war since you are assigned to them. My mom and I kept calling the helpline of this military unit. We were told the same thing. Now there are fierce battles in Kleshchiivka. There is no connection with the command, and the video is not the basis for us. He is in the ranks. This video could be fake. We need the commander's report. We need to question fellow soldiers who were eyewitnesses, what they saw. They may have surrendered themselves. If they have surrendered themselves, they will not be recognized as prisoners of war, but as deserters. The whole thing went on until the beginning of August, and it wasn't until the beginning of August that you were recognized as a prisoner of war. In early August, my nerves gave out and I published a post in the "Don't Wait for Me from Ukraine" group because I knew there were your co-workers in that group. I knew this information and published a post asking your co-workers to bring the information to the command to pass the data to Ussurisk. This message was published at night, Krasnoyarsk time, and the next day, not a day later, information about you was received in Ussurisk. So your guys who were in Kleshchiivka saw this post and informed the command. The commanders passed the information to Ussurisk. It was the 5th of August, and on the 9th of August your mother received an official notification that you were recognized as a prisoner of war. This information spread everywhere. The information even reached the Ministry of Defense. I called the Ministry of Defense and was told that the status of prisoner of war had been granted. Then I asked, "When will you be returned?" I was told that this was classified information and that I had to wait. The last exchange was, "You're sitting there and you don't know anything."
6th of July.
The last exchange was on July 6th. I waited for an exchange in August and September, but there were no exchanges. There is information that exchanges have been frozen on the Russian side. Because if they were frozen by Ukraine, I wouldn't be here now. So Ukraine wants to exchange everyone for everyone. They have been negotiating this for a very long time.
Dmitry talked about it.
That is, Russia, represented by our government, has given up prisoners of war. We have no prisoners and no losses. The guys who died are still lying in Kleshchiivka. I found relatives of the guys from your brigade. There are so many missing people there that I can't tell if they are just not being taken away.
Is Vladimir alive?
Yeah, he's back at camp. Fox.
Alone?
With a wounded man. Galia blocked me and wrote a report on me to the FSB. His spouse.
Why?
You need to ask her about it.
For what reason?
I was interrogated by the FSB for 3 hours.
What's the occasion?
They thought I was a Ukrainian spy. I will tell you further. When I realized that it was pointless to appeal to the government, because I had written repeatedly, then we wrote a collective appeal on behalf of the relatives of all the military. That is, I found all the relatives of those guys from your brigade who were missing, who were captured with you, and we wrote a collective appeal on 25 pages. We sent this appeal to the Ministry of Defense and the Military Prosecutor's Office. I sincerely hoped that a collective appeal would have a different impact on them, but we did not receive any answers or results. The only thing they write to everyone is that they are taking effective measures to get you back from captivity, and that's it. When I realized that there was no point in turning to them, I started turning to volunteers, to public organizations that help Russian citizens not to go to war. That is, they help to avoid mobilization. I started consulting with military lawyers, and they referred me to Dima. I also found a program on the internet. It's a program called We Bring a Son Back to His Mother. It's been around since last year, but I didn't know they had a program called We Give a Husband Back to a Wife. Dima told me about this program and connected me with the I Want to Live Foundation. That's how I ended up here.
He snapped.
Why don't you say anything?
Do you have water?
Yes.
What are you gonna tell me?
Nothing to say.
Can I have some water, too?
20 hryvnia.
How do you feel about war?
Negatives.
Why did you go to war? I told you not to go. Yesterday before we met, I found some information. Not a single person in the Russian Federation has been imprisoned for failing to show up at the military recruitment center when summoned. So they created such a lie. We are all living a lie right now. People go to war because they are afraid they will be imprisoned.
I wonder what's going on in his head now?
Of course, he had no information.
What's he thinking right now?
He's probably thinking it over.
What do you think of what Ira did?
I'm shocked.
Shock?
Yes.
Did they tell you where they were taking you?
No.
Were you afraid?
No.
He wasn't even tortured today.
You are as always.
He wasn't tortured yesterday either.
I was tortured yesterday.
All right, then. We need to get constructive. I join you.
Yeah, okay.
It's the first time this has happened to me, but you have to speak up because being silent is good but not interesting. What are your inner feelings? Could you imagine that?
No.
What thoughts are going through your head right now?
Dmitry, I have no thoughts, I'm shocked.
What is your assessment of her actions?
A feat.
Just so you know, I came here realizing that I couldn't go back to Russia. I'll go to jail. That's the best case scenario, and the worst case scenario will be what happened to Prigozhin, I guess. Do you know what happened to Prigozhin?
No.
So I took 2 kids, 1 suitcase for 3 and came here. To save you and stop the war, to bring the truth to the people of Russia, because most people live in fear. In our country, people go to jail for a "No to War" placard or a solitary picket.
I see him breathing. He breathes every now and then. Yes?
Yes.
Probably in his mind now, she dropped everything, took 2 kids and came here. Write in the comments what your options might be. Because this has never happened at our meetings before. Of course I'm interested in your opinion. What kind of reaction could he have had? I don't understand it yet.
He's shocked.
That's understandable. Are you happy?
He didn't even know that I was planning to come here, that I was waiting for permission, meaning he was living in ignorance.
Yes.
He didn't even know where they were taking him today.
From the looks of things, he's being tortured right now. He's even at a loss for words.
What are the conditions of captivity? Is it possible to talk about it?
I can do that. How many times have you been tortured today?
Were you tortured?
I've never been tortured.
He was tortured yesterday.
Yesterday, I wasn't tortured either.
When's the next torture?
This information is not provided to me.
All right.
Relax. Why are you so stiff?
She's right.
Relax. It's okay. It'll be over soon. It can't last much longer. I recorded a video message because I realized a lot of things. I went to a military lawyer for advice, invited your mom to come with me, but she declined. I, together with relatives of other prisoners of war, recorded a video. We posted it on the internet, but the FSB blocked it. Then the FSB tried to hack me, but this video had an effect. Other relatives also started recording videos of what problems they faced, because we have a lot of missing persons and prisoners of war now. I understand the situation of being told that your relative has died. People are going through such grief. They were told that the soldier died under some circumstances, but there is no body. They left it because there is fighting going on and they can't deliver the body of the deceased. This is happening specifically in Kleshayevka, as I have information that commanders of other military units are making arrangements to create peaceful corridors so that all the dead can be collected. In our unit, the commanders don't agree on anything. There is some kind of Bermuda Triangle in Kleshayevka. There are so many missing persons there. Remember, you sent me a picture of a fellow soldier from Omsk. He is buried there.
I'm going to ask an interesting question.
He's shaking. Do you have a sedative?
No need.
Constructive question. She doesn't want to go back, but do you want to go back?
Yes.
What now?
I don't know.
You do realize she can't go back now?
I don't understand anything yet.
Don't ask him questions like that yet. He needs to think it over. He's in a state of affect. Look at him shaking. I was shaking like that the night before I left.
You're shaking.
I've calmed down a bit now, but I was shaking just the same. I couldn't sleep at all. I didn't finish. I wanted to say something about the dead soldiers. What the relatives of the dead learned about the deaths of their men, fathers, husbands, they mourned them. I realize it is a very great grief to lose a loved one, but they know he has already died. It's completely different when you know your person is being held captive, they are alive, how they feel every day being here. They shut our mouths and tell us to sit and wait for an exchange, but time passes, there is no exchange in principle. I mean, if I saw the swap was in August or September, I wouldn't have come here. In principle, they do not exist, and they do not exist through the fault of the Russian side. The state refuses you because it does not need you. You will come and say that you were not tortured in captivity, that you were treated well in captivity, and that you were very lucky to have been captured. It was just some kind of miracle. Dima, join the conversation.
Why not? The video will be very interesting. There will be a lot of cuts because there is a lot of silence.
Yes, there's a lot of silence.
What happened to your hand? You'll break your fingers.
He's nervous.
If he breaks his fingers, the military will have to treat him. Tell me, what's going on in your head? Because she's the first person in the whole war to come to a man like you.
I can't say anything. I'm just in shock.
Your shock has passed.
No.
How much time do you need?
He's very emotional.
He was silent the whole time we were talking.
He's like this.
Are you happy?
No.
I can see it for myself.
You're not happy?
I don't know.
That's what I was afraid of. Remember when you asked what the reaction would be?
Now, no matter what I ask him, he'll say, I don't have an answer to that question. Yes?
I was watching some press conference, some news. There are now 1,000 contracts being signed in Russia a day.
Yes.
There was some military man performing in Vladivostok.
The Tsar said.
In total, 1,000 contracts are signed per day. Now they are refusing those they mobilized because they promised them a lot of guarantees. There are a lot of benefits, social assistance, support, payments, and the mobilized are not profitable for them now. Now they are moving to a contractual basis. Because relatives of mobilized people who are in captivity receive full provision, and relatives of contract workers only 15,000, it is so for comparison.
The full content?
Your mom gets all your paycheck you received during the war, but while you are in captivity.
You said.
No.
Now.
She got 96,000 as she wrote to me, but the payments are coming in installments.
As he comes to his senses.
For now, I say.
What? Make the call.
To whom?
His mom.
Hello. Why is the video bad?
It's okay. I can't hear you.
She
doesn't say anything.
She doesn't speak.
I can hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
I came to see wife.
I can see that.
What do you say to that?
What do you want me to say?
Your opinion. We talked to him. He was not tortured once during the whole time he was in captivity. I came here under the husband-wife reunification program. The video freezes.
She is silent.
She is silent.
Can you hear us? Hello?
We can hear you.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Do you have something to say to Ira and wife?
She doesn't need to say anything or there could be trouble later.
Like what?
I want to say that Olga Nikolaevna didn't know anything so she wouldn't be tortured by the FSB officers. I didn't tell anyone in Krasnoyarsk that I was coming here. She is in complete ignorance and shock. Because if I told her, she'd forbid me to come here.
She wouldn't let you go?
No.
Why?
No sound.
There's no sound. I can't hear you.
She is silent.
She was saying something, moving her lips.
Say something. Hello.
She's shocked, too.
She just doesn't say anything.
Because the man is in shock.
Everyone's in shock. You should be sent to war, so that everyone there will be shocked. Will you talk?
No, I won't.
Then that's it.
Okay.
Then just say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Everyone's shocked. She's shocked too. You broke Zhenya. You broke his mom. Let's break Putin. Let's call Putin.
We can't get through on the phone.
You're the first to agree because 700 like him are silent.
He can't even read what I wrote to him. I wrote him so many appeals, but he didn't read a single one. All appeals were redirected to the Ministry of Defense and that's it.
Gianni, what should we do in this situation? What are your thoughts?
Don't pester him, he needs to think it over. I've been in this situation for 3 months now, you know? When I first learned that he was captured, I counted on our state. I believed in him. I thought that now there would be an exchange and he would be brought home.
State.
It's not like he hasn't lived in that situation for that long. Did they have any communication there, just a TV?
Freedom.
In Ukrainian?
In Russian.
In Russian? Russian news?
News about how yesterday Sevastopol was destroyed. The day before yesterday something else was destroyed. In general, news from the front.
I also wanted to tell you that out of your 83rd Brigade, 6 men went on vacation, and 5 of them did not return.
What?
I guess they started to think with their heads. People are only now, after a year and a half, beginning to realize that there is no point in this war. Everyone already realizes that what they said in the beginning was an outright lie. 5 of the 6 did not return from vacation.
They're good. I asked you who would win?
You asked me, and I will answer you again.
Guess what he replied?
What did he say?
Well?
He probably replied that no one would win.
No, he said only God knows that.
Yes?
Yes.
I am of the same opinion that there are no winners in war, only casualties. I also cannot understand why mobilization is announced only when there is a direct threat to the country. What is our threat? Nobody attacked us. It was we who entered a foreign country and lost our main army there, which was more or less professionally trained. We needed to make up for the losses, and we are mobilizing again to send them to another country again. If Putin invoked the defense law, then recruit mobilized people and leave them in Russia, and if someone attacks us, we will have training. But why recruit men and send them off to fight?
But someone has to be on the front lines.
Well, if he says that we saved Donbass, we were called there to save it, then why did he attack Kiev? Why did he introduce troops into Kherson?
Ask a military man.
What kind of military man is he? He's just a civilian who's been duped. He told me that in the entire service they had fired a machine gun only once, and that was only to videotape it for his parents.
He told me that too, didn't he?
Once for the video, during the entire service life.
In Omsk, huh?
On active duty.
You're a special forces fighter.
I don't consider him a military man, I consider him an injured party as well. When the announcement was made.
What injured party? He wasn't hurt at all.
When mobilization was announced, what did Putin promise? That they would be drafted for a maximum of 6 months, that they would not end up in a hot spot.
4 months.
Putin promised 4 months, 4 to 6 months, and that they would be somewhere along the border. The bottom line is what? The bottom line is that the ordinance no longer exists, it was deleted retroactively, and then a new ordinance was issued. It was decreed that those mobilized would be in the war until the end of their term, and many were not allowed to go on leave at all, meaning they were drafted to go to war but had never been on leave.
So now we press pause, put the gadgets on charge because everything is running out of power. Talk for half an hour and then we'll continue.
Alone?
He won't kill you?
Why would he kill me?
How should I know? Spetsnaz, airborne troops.
He won't kill me.
There will be a soldier here. The military will not leave you behind.
A sedative?
No.
I took 2 pills, I felt better immediately, because on the drive here I was shaking so badly my soles were sweating.
Maybe your fingernails are sweating too?
No.
Power bank.
That's my power bank, but then give it back to me. Remember you promised me yesterday you'd download something to my laptop?
Yes, what you brought.
I brought it.
There was a smoke break for about 30 minutes, Zhenya was smoking, and while I was talking to him, he was very shocked and called Irina the wife of a Decembrist. However, Zhenya, you are not a Decembrist at all.
Yes.
The Decembrist wife?
I hope I'm the future wife.
Gianni, what are we going to do? What are your thoughts?
No thoughts.
He needs to calm down, he's still shaking.
I see, then answer for him.
Then ask me.
I questioned you yesterday. As a result, Ira told the whole story of how she got here. What are your personal plans and thoughts?
I want to cooperate with you, record videos and broadcast for Russia.
About what?
It's true.
It's a good idea. What's next?
I'll be setting up the household. I need to get the kids in school.
You're not coming back?
I want to return to Russia, but in the current situation it is impossible. Maybe one day, when all this is over, I will return to Russia, but not now.
What awaits you if you return?
Prison.
For what?
Today, people go to jail for telling the truth.
Not for the act, but for the truth you broadcast.
For everything in general, for coming here, for broadcasting.
What's going to happen to her?
I don't know how things are in Russia and what is going on there.
Let's imagine that an exchange has taken place. Do you want an exchange?
Yes,
What about her?
I can't answer that question.
There is such a procedure as repatriation. Do you know about it?
Yes.
No,
What's that?
It's when someone is unilaterally returned.
Yes, they'll just hand you over without any conditions. Zhenya, if there is an exchange, do you want to return to Russia?
yeah, elderly parents.
Parents, that's good. Do you want her to come back with you?
Yes,
This is an option, that is, if you want, you will be transferred back to Russia with him. Do you want to go there with him?
Are you asking about these things?
That's interesting.
You and I discussed this yesterday. I spoke to both a military lawyer and a regular lawyer. They explained to me that I would go to prison for 10 years. Now for a crime against,
Discrediting the army.
yeah, you get 10 years for discrediting the army. We get less than that for murder.
That's really defamation. You get 10 years for that.
Yes.
What about the kids?
They'll probably be given to the father.
Let us then consider what happens next in this configuration. It's an interesting topic. Several options. He leaves and you stay with the children. He leaves and you and the children move to the Russian Federation. What other options are there? Whether he will stay is the question, but he may not want to stay. Do you want to stay?
no,
No. You don't want to go to jail?
Of course not.
What if I did? He's in prison now. Is it good there?
no,
10 years in prison wouldn't be funny.
yes,
It's not funny at all.
If you're against the war, let's try to stop it, because that's what I'm here for in the first place. I don't want guys from Russia and Ukraine to die. We are brotherly people. What is going on? I came to Ukraine. Everyone understands me here. No one accuses me of speaking Russian. I really don't know a word of Ukrainian. Today I called a cab, calmly drove to the shopping center and bought clothes there. No one's even said a word to me about me speaking Russian. Here's some information for you to digest. After the POW exchange, you're going back to war. If you watched Dima's video, they already showed cases when a person was caught twice. Right, Dima?
Yes.
They're going for a second round.
Didn't I tell you?
no,
There was one here. He's a prisoner of war now. He was exchanged on February 15th of this year.
Storm Z?
Mobilized.
Yes,
On February 15th he was exchanged, and on May 25th of this year he was taken prisoner for the second time. After the exchange, he was in hospital for 2 weeks, then he escaped from the hospital, was found and returned to his unit. Anyway, he was an engineer, fixing something. They put him in a trench and he was taken prisoner. He will not go to war a third time because he has many wounds.
is he here now?
He's a prisoner.
Same place?
I don't know exactly.
If you were hoping to be exchanged and sent home to your parents, that is not going to happen.
8 million people like you who had foreign passports left to avoid getting caught.
That's not gonna happen. See, he doesn't know anything at all.
He doesn't have access to the internet. Who gives him permission to watch or read the news? You tell him.
Nothing will happen to your parents. The main thing for mom is that you are alive and well. When the war is over, we'll come back. Putin doesn't have long to rule. He realizes this very well because he has overstepped the bounds of what he led the country to when he seized power. Now we have elections again. United Russia won again, from the very top to the very bottom unanimously, but it doesn't work that way.
What election?
To the State Duma, governors, mayors and deputies.
Governors are not elected now.
Now they're being voted for.
September 10th was a single day of voting.
I have a bunch of ballots where people write in and ask for the mobilized to be brought back, for the war to be stopped and things like that.
I can only imagine what's going through his head right now. He's really in shock. He needs to come to his senses.
Yes.
He needs to recover from what happened, and maybe there will be another clip where he comes to his senses.
It's the right thing to do.
Because it's broken, badly broken, that's a fact. One of these days I'm going to ask the military to let me record another video. Irina can prepare for the meeting by gathering news from Russia.
Yes.
Let's take the laptop and show them the video. What do you think? If you are the same at the next meeting as you are now, it will be a waste of time. Because they are bringing you here, they are guarding you, they are organizing this meeting. Irina is taken from somewhere, then it is all done in the opposite direction. A lot of resources, time of different people are spent in order to record the video. This case will go down in history because your wife and 2 children left everything and came to you. It will be written about in the news, including on TV. Tell me now, do you want to meet again or not?
I wish I could, but I'm always so quiet.
And now he's still in shock.
I see.
Sure.
Why does he want to go back to Russia?
Because he thinks he'll come back and they'll let him go. He's probably counting on that.
Do you really think so?
You were written off the moment you were sent there. They don't even collect the bodies of the guys who died there. I spoke to these relatives, these unhappy mothers. The co-workers who told them about the circumstances of their children's deaths are now in prison. Because they started contacting further to the commander, somewhere else, some search parties. They were asked, "Who told you your son was dead?" They gave his call sign, and immediately we learn that he is in prison. The guys who recorded a video message in Kleshchivka on the 7th or 6th of July that they were thrown there as cannon fodder. Many of them died, some are in jail, some were sent to Stormzy, and they say this video is fake. You were there, you know what happened there.
He told me how he was captured. Tell her, I think she should know.
I saw a video of him being taken prisoner, but I don't know the details. If you can, please tell me.
Sure.
We were captured right in the dugout. We were supposed to retreat, but we were ordered to sit and wait. A fellow soldier looked out when he heard voices. We were already surrounded by the Azov unit. They had grenades, loaded VOGs. I personally saw the barrels.
What's HEG?
How many were there?
They were grenade launchers. There were about 15 people there, there were 2 dugouts, and they came in from all sides and surrounded us.
They've got you surrounded.
Yes.
There were 2 options, give up or
Stay there.
And die.
Yes.
They'd throw grenades at you, that's all. So, 20,000 likes on the video. No, 20 is not enough. 45,634 likes. I will ask the military to authorize me to record a third conversation for which Ira will prepare.
Yes.
Write in the comments how you see the third conversation. I thought it was going to be some emotional conversation, but Zhenya almost choked. He saw her, lowered his head, and his chest did not move.
Was he different before me?
He was more animated, we even talked to him.
Yes?
Yes.
When he saw me, that was it.
Then he broke down.
So he loves me.
Hallelujah. Let's wrap it up. Any final thoughts?
No.
It is a tradition for a prisoner of war to address his compatriots. We have such a tradition.
Yes.
He turns to his compatriots and says something about whether they should go here or not.
Say something.
I don't know.
When a prisoner of war doesn't know what to say, I speak for him. Bring a black bag of your size or put $300 in your pocket. Our program works the same way it always has. We pay bonuses to our defenders who add to the exchange fund. So, yes. And I will immediately answer the question why I haven't posted a video of the prisoners for 2 weeks, because the military asked me to do so. Payouts continue, drones are sent to the front just the same, but I don't show the prisoners because I was asked to. Because Russia claims there are no prisoners. If there are no prisoners, there are no prisoners, but he knows the number of prisoners. There are a lot of prisoners where he is.
Yes.
A lot. Ira knows. How much?
About 8,000. According to my information.
I don't have the information because it's a military secret. Were you trusted with any military secrets?
No.
You could have said.
What kind of military man is he? He's a deluded civilian. He doesn't even know how to fight a war.
Did you fire the automatic weapon? He fired it. So Irina took this step after watching our videos.
Yes.
She told me about it yesterday.
Yes.
At least that's something. Do our videos help?
Sure.
Yes.
You're doing a very good thing.
Did you watch us, too?
Yes.
Yes, I stumbled upon your video by accident. May.
Before I was captured?
Yes.
Who was the video with? Me or Vova?
You.
Who was I talking to in there?
With different people, one was even from the Krasnoyarsk region, from Caucasia. He called his brother, we talked, watched your video, and it so happened that we met.
Captive.
Yes.
Were you expecting us to meet?
I didn't see that coming.
Subscribe, share the video, put likes. 46,728 likes, and there will be another episode.